community. I do appreciate you.
Cyrus, you're sounding so low, so low.
Can you hear me clearly?
Okay, I think it's better now. Are you using an AirPod?
No. I'm close to my iPad.
Okay. It was sounding faint though, but yeah, just try to like be more audible. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So thank you very much for every single thing you've said. I do appreciate the things you do for the community, and for the listeners here, I want you guys to take every single class we do here very, very seriously. Because if we were going to charge, we are charging nothing less than $100 for this kind of class, right? And we are doing this for free for everybody, and we're going to keep on doing this till, even if it's 1,000 persons. We're having 20K plus members here, but even if it's 1,000 persons that knows how to trade from what we've taught, that will be like 18 of joy for every single one of us. That is for the host, right? So we want you guys to take this very, very seriously. Coming up every single day for the past 3 days now, or 4 days now, right, is tasking from our own end, because we need to cut our schedules to host live classes, follow you guys up, answer your questions, right? Some people even ask questions like you guys literally own us. Like, it's so annoying, but then we bring ourselves down to actually answer these questions. So that this is something that you don't get anywhere, right? Even on YouTube that has free resources, you literally can't. It's very hard to communicate with these creators, right? So not talk of us. So one thing I also say is, please, there are lots and lots of resources. There are certain questions that you should not even be asking, right? I know for sure that we are still newbies here. You need to ask questions and whatnot, but then you literally can do things yourself. You literally have the chance to do your own research yourself, right? Like, I got a certain DM yesterday, and the guy kept on. I was answering his question. He was dropping more questions. I was answering it, and he got to this part where he asked me a certain question that I emphasized on it in yesterday's class, and he asked the question again. And I did not reply the message because I wanted him to just do his own research by himself. Yes, we know we are tutors here, but please do your own personal research. We will not spoon feed you. We've done the best we can do by having a community like this and teaching every single one person here every single day. So please I'm begging. First off, Bybit has a 1-2 platform that you literally can learn 18 or 2 about their centralized exchange, and YouTube is there also, right? So I'll do my possible best to break every single thing down for you guys to be able to decipher and understand, right? So we have lots of DMs. I literally got close to 200 DMs yesterday, close to 200 DMs, and I do have my community I handle. I do have signals I drop. I do have analysis I do. So please, emphasis on that. There are certain questions that I know for sure that if you ask it, I know you've done your research before asking this kind of question, right? So that is what I want to say regarding yesterday. So can I go on, Mr. Shola, for the classes today?
Yeah. You can go on. And some of you have been sending me DMs saying, you're trying to do your verification, but you're not up to 18 years of age. So I think if you are not 18 years of age, there's no way you can verify your account on these exchanges, because the least age is 18 and above. I like the fact that you really want to like build yourself from a very young age. But if you can tell like someone, maybe your elder brother or sister, you have older siblings, to like do the verification, open it in their own name, fund the account or whatever, whichever way you want to do it. But like for that age, I don't no, they don't allow it, because they feel you are too young for it. So, but if you really want to do it, if you know you want to do it and you're sure about what you're doing, you will just have to use someone older, yeah, because you cannot verify your account with a younger age. Yeah, you can go on, Cyrus. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So regarding what you said, you just need to have a person older than 18 that has a valid identity card, he creates the account for you, and you literally just get the logins, get access to the account yourself, and you just use it. Pending when you reach 18, right? I had similar issues years ago when I started crypto, and I was using my dad's detail, right? I was using my dad's details, so it's not something difficult. I was also using my friend's details, right? All I needed to do was just have somebody I can trust, and I just use it. So this should not be a restriction for you to learn, right? It should never be a restriction for you to learn. If you have access to a, if you know someone that has a valid identity, then this is what you should do, right? This is what you should do. So I think I proceed from here. So guys, this is, we're having 675 participants. I want this class to have 1,000 listeners at least. So please do the needful, retweet, um, make a post, retweet it, and invite people to the space, because today's class is going to be value packed since it's the last class for the week, right? It's the last class for the week, so there'll be lots of values to be dropped. There are certain people that the only time they go for these classes is when it's live. They literally don't watch the recorded sessions, right? So please do well to retweet, do well to post, do well to invite somebody, right? The link is always in the description on this channel, right? So invite somebody, tell them to just join. It's a 1 hour class, so it's just you sacrificing 1 hour for value and for positioning yourself for the best of your future. So thank you very much once again, Shola. Thank you very much, every single listener here. I do appreciate you. Your time here is not wasted. So without further much ado, right, I would be beginning the class. So yesterday we discussed about centralized exchanges. Wednesday we discussed about decentralized exchanges, right? And yesterday being Thursday, we discussed about centralized exchanges, and we used the exchange for which is Bybit, right? We used Bybit exchange to explain the things we needed to know about centralized exchanges. And we talked about the certain terminologies in centralized exchanges. We also discussed how to the types of trading, which is spot trading and futures trading, right? We showed the wallets in centralized exchanges. We discussed lots of things, right? And we'll be continuing today. And today we'll be talking more on the futures trading part, right? And I'll be using
Cyrus, you're sounding kind of low. I don't know if it's my network, but a lot of people are also complaining in my DM. I don't know why. Yeah, you're
okay, I'm
sounding
coming.
kind of
Let
low.
me check
Oh, okay. Thank you.
something. Okay, can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, I think it's much better. Yeah, just go on. I'll inform you if it's low.
Okay then.
All right, thank you.
I did a noise suppression activation, so but then it's better now. It's better now. So we'll be discussing about centralized exchanges, right? And would be using Bybit once again. So we're using Bybit once again, and I would love every single person to have access to their Bybit now so that we can start the classes. So what I would advise you guys to do is sometimes here most of the terminologies most of the terminologies that I show on my screen might be different on your own side from your own side, right? So you guys should actually like see the similarities. Like yesterday, people were asking me if sports is the same for unified um accounts, right? And I explained to them. I got lots and lots of DM that they were not seeing sports in their wallets, they were seeing unified and stuff like that. So it's similar, right? It's similar. You just need to know that if you don't see a certain thing on my own side, that means there's a different name it's being used in your own side, right? So just try to understand that. So I'll be sharing my screen now. so that we can go ahead with the live class. And I'll be opening the Bybit official app. I'll be opening the Bybit official app. So that we can proceed with the live session, right? We can proceed with live session. So this is the Bybit homepage. If you open it on your wallet, this is the Bybit homepage, and this is literally the sports option here. This is BTC USDT. This is Ethereum USDT. So today I'll be doing a live trade. I'm placing a live trade, and I would love you guys to actually like follow on with what I did, so that you guys can understand certain things. So we talked about spot trading yesterday. We talked about live trading, futures trading, which is leverage trading also, and we discussed lots of things, right? So today now I'll be teaching you guys how to place a trade from spot, right? Place a spot trade. So when you are in the home option, you'll be seeing lots of options, right? You'll be seeing lots of options. Now, from next week, we'll be dropping signals for you guys to be able to actually like not just learn but also earn till you become good enough to be able to analyze yourself and trade, right? To analyze for yourself and trade. So what we'll be doing is we'll be teaching you guys how to place on a sports account and also place a trade on a future account, right? So first off, if you get a signal, let's say you get a signal like let me go to my notepad. Let's say you get a signal like this, buy BTC USDT. This is for sports, yeah. This is for sports. So you see something like buy BTC USDT at 62,300, right? Stop loss at 60k thousand. Then take profit at 63k or 64k. Let's use 64k, right? Now this is a signal. This is an example of a signal, right? Now for sports trading here, you can actually still use stop loss, because stop loss is a guard for your account. That means you don't want to over risk your account. So you want it to be that when it reaches a certain price, it should close the trade when the market starts reversing against you. And like I said, spot trading is you just making profits off percentage appreciation. So that means you are literally making profits only when the market goes up. If the market starts going down, you have to set a stop loss so that your losses will be little compared to if you don't set a stop loss. Do you understand? So we have to like use stop losses in all our trades, because it's a guard. It's a guard for you to protect your capital and protect your portfolio. So this is an example of a signal, right? This is an example of a signal. Spot buy BTC USDT at 62,300. Now, if you can see this option here that I'm highlighting around this level, that you can see 62,622 or 62,606 or 62,600, right? It's actually not stable, right? It is not stable because the market is not even stable. BTC cannot stay at one price for more than 1 minute, right? You definitely just be seeing change of prices. So these prices are not stable, right? Now, this green part that you are seeing, it's actually the buy orders, right? And the buy orders simply means the people who are buying BTC at this particular point. Who are these people buying BTC? Me and you, or big institutions, right? So these people buying BTC currently are actually the ones placing their buy orders at all these prices. That means they are buying BTC at these prices. So let's say, for example, fuel. Fuel is actually 650 naira, and there are certain people who are buying fuel continuously at 630. They are placing their buys at 630, so that when BTC comes to that 630, they execute the trade, which is they buy the fuel, right? So if you place a trade below the current price, expecting it to go higher, you are placing a buy stop order. So a buy limit order rather, right? A buy limit order means you setting a price that you're expecting price to come to, and when it comes, it starts going up, right? So let's say for example, um I should have used my pen, but it's actually faulty currently, so I'll just be using my hand. So so let's say I there's a fuel is equals to 650, right? And I don't want to buy fuel at this 650. I want to buy it at 630, right? 630. So this fuel at 650 now means this is 650, right? And this is 630. So if this price comes to this 630, you are expecting it to go higher like this, right? You're expecting it to go higher. Let me use a bigger option. Let's say fuel is like this, 650. This is the level of 650, right? And this is the level of 630. 630. So you're expecting price to come lower to buy higher, right? To like 700 or stuff. To like 700, right? So if you buy this fuel at 630 and the price goes to 700, you've made 70 naira from a liter, right? So this is how it is being illustrated here. That means if the current price is of BTC is at 62,700 and you are expecting it to go down to 62,500 and go higher again, you will make more profits than buying on the current price. So this is what we call buy limits, yeah? Buy limits. Buy limits. This is what we call buy limits, right? So buy limits actually allows you buy a certain asset or a certain coin at a lower price, expecting it to go higher, right? So the same thing goes for sell limit, right? The same thing goes for sell limits. But this selling limit now is done on futures trading, right? It's done for futures trading. So we don't usually use sell limits for spot trading, but only use we use take profits. Take profits actually use selling off that particular asset, right? It's just like saying you expect BTC to reach 63k, right? You expect BTC to reach 63k, and it's actually going to that 63k, right? And when it reaches 63k, it's supposed to swap to USDT for you, right? It's supposed to swap to USDT for you. So this is how it's been done. Can you still hear me? Am I still audible?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
Okay. My Bybit paused a little. I thought maybe my network paused. So when you press the buy, right, it means you are buying BTC and you are using your USDT to buy it. It's just like saying, I'm using fuel, for example, because fuel is the thing you can relate to currently in Nigeria. So let's say fuel USDT, for example. So that means when you press buy, it means you are using your USDT to buy fuel, right? It's you using your USDT to buy fuel. So this is the same thing with BTC USDT, right? You are using your USDT to buy BTC, right? So for every appreciation that is being done on BTC, you will see the increase in your USDT, right? You will see the increase in your USDT. So when you now sell your BTC, you're swapping back to USDT. But when you buy, you're using your USDT to buy BTC, right? So back to the signal here, I've explained this buy orders. So these buy orders are certain people that are buying these commodities and they are buying amounts. So this 0.4 that you can see here, this 0.62721, the third row under the buy orders, 62721.86, 0.4545. It means this guy bought 0.45 worth of BTC. 0.45 worth of BTC is around 0.45. 0.45. It's around 28K. So this person here is bought BTC of $8,000, right? So these things that we are seeing, it's not a fake number. They are not fake numbers. They are certain people who are buying BTC at all these prices with huge amounts, right? With huge amounts. You can come and you can see somebody buying like 4 BTC. You can come and see somebody buying like 2 BTC. So this place now that you are seeing red is the amount people are selling. So there's this person that is selling 0.3 BTC. There's someone that is selling 0.1 BTC. And when these things are being converted to USDT, you can see the price, right? You can see the price. So whenever the buy orders, that is whenever the buy volume is way, way higher than the sell volume, it means that the market is actually going up, right? It means the market is actually going up. So take note of all these things, right? I'm not going to go into detail because they are very, very complex. If you want to start explaining all these things into detail, it's very complex, and I'm not going to even lie to you, right? But then this is the most basic explanation I can do, right? So like I said, we're going to be doing an illustration here so that you can use a signal. So now you can see something like this, for example, yeah? You can see this limit. Now this limit means you want to buy at a certain price that the market has not reached. So let's say I want to buy BTC now, and I drop a signal. Let's change the signal to 60, 62, 700. Let's change the signal to 700. Now, take note, I emphasized on spot, right? I emphasized on spot. So now let's say 700. I want to buy this at 700. And I want to buy $10 worth. So that means I am buying 0.000159 BTC. I am buying 0.00159 BTC. So I'm going to set my TP. And yesterday I explained what TP is. TP is where you set as your take profits, where you take profits from. That means if market reaches this level, let it close my trade in profit. So I'm going to set my take profit to $65,000. Right, $65,000. So that means if BTC reaches, no, let's not use 65, let's use $75,000. I know this is very, very long because of how BTC is very, very huge. One BTC is around 62K currently. So it means that for BTC to actually reach $75,000, it needs to pull up a 19% move or a 20% move from here. And BTC hardly does that, right? BTC hardly does that. But then I'm just using BTC as an example. So if BTC gets to $75,000, right, I'm going to make a profit of 1.955, right? But let's set a realistic amount so that we can see if it's going to hit take profits today. So let's set 63,000. So if BTC reaches 63,000, I'm going to make a profit of $0.047. I'm using this amount because of the people who are here. I don't know how you guys are, so I'm just using it as a newbie pack. Let's say a newbie kind of pack if you want to start trading with small amounts. So these are the things you need to expect. So let's say I use my stop loss. Which stop loss should I use? So I use my stop loss as 60,000. Yes, 60,000. 60,000. So this is my stop loss and this is my take profit. Right? This is my stop loss and this is my take profit. So my take profit, if BTC gets to this level, I would make this amount of profit. If BTC gets this 60K, I just use 60K because I just want to explain it to you guys. So this 60K is where I set as my stop loss. right? So I press confirm. When I press confirm, it has already set in the machine, right? So if I now press buy, let's press buy. So now they are now going to ask me if I want to confirm to buy, right? This is how much I want to buy. I want to buy $10 worth of USDT, and this is the quantity I want to buy. The quantity means how much BTC do you want to buy in BTC. It means if you are buying $10 worth of BTC, what's the value of the BTC that you want to buy for $10? So the value of BTC I want to buy for $10 is 0.000159. This is how much it is worth in BTC. But in USDT, it is worth $10. So after setting all these parameters, I press buy, and they ask me to confirm, and I say confirm. That means I have bought. I have not. The trade now has not. The BTC has not been bought because price has not reached 62,700 yet. So the order is still pending. Right? I'm having network issues. So on Bybit is actually like lagging currently, but then I want you guys to just understand my concept here. So if I press buy, yeah. So if I press buy, the trade has not started yet. The trade has not started running yet until BTC comes to 62,700. Currently, it's at 62,800, right? It's at 62,800. Only when BTC comes to 62,700, that is when my trade will start running. Do you understand? That is when my trade will start running. So when BTC price reaches 62,700, then the market starts to buy. Right? The market comes to my entry and starts to run. Right? But that does not mean me putting my price at that certain level, I will be able to predict if the market will go. I'm just in this point where I just react to whatever the market does. Right? I just react to whatever the market does. So after setting this price here, we expect the market to just do its thing. So I'll be on the sidelines and I'll be waiting for the reactions that will happen. So if market comes to this 62,700, my trade will start running. Either it goes to TP or it goes to Excel. So now under this place here, you are going to be seeing under this place here, you are going to be seeing orders, assets, and tools. These orders means what trades are you on currently, right? It means what trade are you on currently. So after seeing the trades you are on currently, you'd be able to close if you want to choose or you want to open it. I don't know why my Bybit is having issues, but then so when you place the trade, right? When you place the trade, you would see the entry here. When you place the trade, you see the trades running here under these orders, and you'll be having a chance to. So I'll have to close my Bybit and open it again because it's not really allowing me to actually proceed. So the network issues is just fucking it up. So this is one thing with exchanges like this here. Like I said yesterday, you need to have a very strong network because there are certain times where the market is like has lots and lots of volume. So more people are actually trading it during this period. And when they are trading it during this period, right, it tends to lag the apps. Right? It tends to lag the apps. So I've already explained it to you guys. So pending when the site comes up, I'm going to place the trade. So you just set your entry around this level, and when you set your entry, you might not know the BTC quantity that will be enough for the capital size. So you just use the order in value of USDT. So I can easily be able to calculate, and you can just adjust this indicator here to be able to choose how much what you want to buy. Either 50%, you want to use your 50% of your account size to buy, or 70%, or 100%. 100% means you are buying with the whole capital in your spot balance, right? You are buying with the whole capital in your spot balance. So after doing that, you set your TP, set your SL, and you press the option. So now when you now buy BTC, yeah, and it has given you the profit you want, you come here to this sell option and you choose how much you want to sell, whether you want to sell 50% of the profit or 100%, right? So you can choose to sell, right? You can choose to sell, and when you press sell, it converts back to USDT, right? It converts back to USDT from BTC because you bought BTC and you want to sell it depending on the amount you want to sell, right? So all these things are like easy to navigate. They are very, very easy to navigate, yeah? So after doing that, you'll be seeing your balance in your wallet, right? You'll be seeing your balance in your wallet. So for certain people that would be trading signals, this is how to just use the signal, right? This is how to use your signal. You just come here, you see a spot order, you come here to set your spots, you come here to set the amount, you come here to set the take profit and stop loss and just press it, right? But for market order means you want to buy exactly how it is going. Let me use this illustration again so that you guys can be easy for you guys to remember. So let's say fuel is 650, right? And you want to buy at that 650. So you use market order, right? And you press the buy. When you press the buy, that means if BTC is at 650 or if fuel is at 650, when you press the buy, you are buying it exactly at this 650. If fuel is at 655, you are buying it exactly at this 655. But for limit, you are waiting for the market to come to that price you want to buy from before moving higher. You understand? So you are waiting for the market to just sell to this level that you're expecting to buy, either a lower price, a very, very low price, lower than the normal market price. The normal market price might be 650, but you want to buy it at 630. So what you do is you wait for the market to come to the price you want to buy from, and you wait for the reaction that happens and it goes higher. So you are literally making profits by waiting for a lower price. But for market order, maybe you see the signal and you've already missed it and say, oh, I know if you wait for market to come this level, let me just buy. Right? So when you use market order, you buy exactly at the market value. Right? You buy exactly at the market value. So buying exactly at the market value, right, is going to like execute the trade exactly. It's going to execute the trade exactly where the market is, right? It's going to execute the trade exactly where the market is. So you set your quantity, either you set your quantity as depending on the BTC size, right? So if this option was so if I had bought the BTC at the normal price, right, I would have seen this amount in BTC, yeah. So let's say I want to buy this. Let's just use this example. I want to buy BTC. Let's say I want to buy $10 worth, for example. I want to buy $10 worth. So when I buy $10 worth here, I'll just press the buy option, and so I'll just press buy. I think my network is restricting Bybit from executing this trade. But then there's no cause for alarm here. So this is how to just place a buy. So when I place a buy, immediately the market starts running. Right? When I place a buy, immediately the market starts running. And when the market starts running, then I just wait for either my stop loss or my take profit. But when I do a limit order, it means I'm not buying the market at the current price. I want to buy it at a lower price. Right? So all these things are similar with futures trading. They are very, not that they're even similar, they are the same with futures trading. These terminologies, buy limit, sell limit, just that for futures trading, there's a sell limit price. That means, like I said yesterday, you literally can make profit even when the market is going down. When the market is going down, right? Even when the market is going down, you can make profit from when the market is going down. So let's say fuel is at 650 and you expect fuel to get to 500. You can place a sell trade when it's at 650 and you take profit when it's at 500. Meaning that you are making profit off selling this particular asset. And meaning that when the price gets to this particular level, you are making the same profit you'd make, even if it's going higher. Just that you have to just be the point where you are selling it rather than buying it. Because if you buy when the market is selling, you definitely make a loss. For futures trading. But for sports, you only make profit when the market is going up. You only make profit when the market is going up. Right? So for futures, this sell limit is also useful, very, very useful. Because when you place a sell limit, you're expecting price to get to a point that is high so that it can sell for you. Right? You're expecting price to get to a certain amount. Maybe you want to sell, maybe BTC, for example, now. BTC is at 62,900, right? This is at 62,900. 62,900. And you want to sell BTC when it gets to 63K. And you're expecting BTC to go to 50K. So you now set your sell limit at 63,000 and you set your take profit at 50K. So it's the same thing with buy limit, just that buy limit is not, sell limit does not happen on futures, right? So even this sell limit does not happen on futures if you want to enter a trade. It only happens when you want to take profit, right? It only happens when you want to take profit. That means you're already on a SPY on the trade, but you want to take profit with a sell limit. So it's just like you setting normal take profit, because it's almost the same thing with normal take profit, yeah? So when you set this particular entry to take profit at a higher price, you are literally setting something that looks like a sell limit, right? But for futures, a sell limit can be implemented even when you don't place a buy. But for spots, you have to place a buy for your sell limit to take place. So if I'm selling BTC, if I'm buying BTC at 62,500, I will set a sell limit at 63K. So that when BTC reaches 63K, it will take profit from me and swap to USDT. Right? So for these futures here, it is almost the same thing. For futures trading, it is almost the same thing. Right? So now what I do when it comes to so for futures trading here, it's the same thing. Now let me drop a signal that looks exactly like a trade for futures, right? So if I place a buy, so this one now is for a futures trade. So I'm doing this thing. You guys need to pay close attention to this, because when signals start dropping, I don't want to start hearing this, that. I place a trade, it did not work, it did not click and stuff. Right. So for the futures part, you might see a trade like this, futures signal. Buy BTC at current CMP, meaning current market price. So when you see BTC buy BTC at current market price, it means you should buy BTC with market, not with limits. It means you should buy BTC with market, not with limits. So when you see buy BTC with current market price, just come to, let me change this to BTC. When you see BTC with current market price, just come here, change to market. Then you might see something like this, SL. I usually set SL well because this market is very, very annoying. It might come to liquidate you and start moving. So I set my SL at a very good price. Let's say I might write 62,400 as SL. Then I might take profits at 65,000. Then I might write 10x, right? So I might write 10x. So this simply means that I want to buy BTC at the current market price. Current market price, I might write current market price as 63,100 like this. That's CMP like this, right? So current market price like this. So when I buy BTC at current market price, I might just set a price that it is at the range of the price it is, right? So this range might be 63, might be 62, something like that. But I will definitely write a price. So for people that have missed it, they can actually just know the range that they are currently on. So let me check the listeners. Okay, so you guys are still active. So I might now write 10x. 10x means when you want to place the trade, come to this place here and place 10x. Save. So that means I want you guys to buy at this particular level and buy with 10x. So if I press, so let's place a trade, for example. So let me just use $3 to place this trade, and or let me use a good price. So I am placing this trade with $6. As you can see, I'm placing this trade with $6.3, and I'm using 10x, and I'm entering with market price. So I'll set my take profit to 65k, 65,000. So you can see now that the profit I made from $10 on spot is not even up to the profit I'm making from $6 on futures. And I just used only 10x. So I'm making from $6, I'm making $2.16. So if I increase the leverage, I'll be making more profit. So let's say I increase the leverage to 100. If I increase the leverage to 100 and I set my take profit to be 65,000, that means I am making about, wait a sec. So 65,000. So okay, I need to increase my margin. So if I increase my margin and I set my take profit to 65,000. 65,000, right? 65,000. I'm making $55 from the trade just by using 100x, and I'm placing the trade it's $10 plus. So I'm making 100x my profit. So that means this leverage multiplies your capital to actually be able to trade your trade the amount, right? If I use a 100x leverage, that means I am multiplying every single move, every percentage move by 100. right? I'm multiplying every percentage move by 100, and I'm also dividing it with my capital. The calculation is also complex, but as we go, I'm going to like do a 5 minute video on how to calculate leverage so that you can easily know what leverage is good for you and what risk is good for you, right? So the same way I'll make $50 from this trade with 100x is the same way I'll lose. Let's say my stop loss is around 62,000. So the same way I'll lose $19, right? So if this trade goes to my stop loss, I'll lose $19. If it goes to my take profit, I'll make $55. So this leverage is more like a blessing and also like a curse. If you don't know how to use it and calculate your risks well, it's going to affect you. So I want to place a trade now with 10x. So I want to place a trade now 10x, and I'm going to execute it with let's say I'm going to execute it with $6, right? Let's increase my margin. Let me increase my margin to $12. Let me increase the margin to $12, and I'll set my take profit to 65,000. Then I'll press confirm. I've already reduced my leverage, so my take profit is going to be less. So I'll place a open long and I'll confirm. Now you can see that this market has been executed because I use market trade. I use market order. So the trade now is running. You can see my trade is running. You can see unrealized profit. It's actually showing my unrealized profits here. So if it goes to loss, you see red. If it goes to profits, you see green, right? And this is my expected liquidation price. This is the discuss of liquidation price. Liquidation price is the price where once market reaches this level, it will definitely close because you have exceeded the margin. That means the trade that you should use to hold this, the amount that you use to hold this trade, the margin you should use to hold this trade has exceeded. So when it has exceeded, it's going to close by itself, making you lose that particular margin. So this is for cross. Yesterday I discussed crossed and isolated. So for this cross now, the market is actually going to be taken from this particular place, this particular balance here, available balance, $19. So when the market has taken more than the amount, you would now start saying that my liquidation price will start getting closer and closer and closer. But when I use isolated, confirm. Okay, let me use isolated, confirm. So if I use isolated now, isolated means I want the trade to not enter my main balance. This is my main balance here. Every single thing in this available is what I have in my trading wallet. But if I place a buy trade now, that means everything I'm going to be entering with, if I'm entering with $6, it will only be $6 that would be in the trade. So if I want to get liquidated, I'll only get liquidated from that $6. But if I use cross, if I want to get liquidated, I'll also be liquidated from my whole balance. So the disadvantage of using isolated is that your margin, your what's the word now? Your capital, your liquidation price, it's going to be closer. That means you'll be easily liquidated if you are using isolated. But one advantage of this is that if you are using stop loss, there's no need to be scared. If you are using stop loss, there's no need to be scared because the trade will have to hit stop loss before getting you liquidated. And it's not even going to get you liquidated because your stop loss will hit and close the trade for you. So on this BTC long, I'm currently on profit of 1%, right? I'm currently on the profit of 1%. I'm just using this amount to just test run this class, right? So for this isolated, if I want to use 50% of this $19 here, I'm going to use it for Ethereum because BTC is already running. So let's run a long on Ethereum. Excuse me. So okay, now I'm going to place a sell trade for you guys to see, so that you can see that even on futures you can place a buy and a sell. So let's say I enter with 50% of my capital, and I set my take profits to 3,000. So I'm going to open a short. I think my network is working up again for Bybit. So I can actually place a short. Let me try to close this. So that we'll be rounding up anytime soon because it's already 10, and I'd love you guys to watch this video again to learn and understand and grasp everything well in details, right? So let me refresh this. So I'll be using isolated for Ethereum, and I'll be pressing a short. I'll pressing a sell, right? So let me come here and press open short first. I'll be able to set stop loss, right, after the trade has started running. So it's very possible to set a stop loss after the trade is already running, right? So let me see if it places after I have executed. Okay, yes, now it has been placed. So you can see now that I set a trade of Ethereum short with 45x isolated, right? So you can see now that the trade is already running, and I can set my take profit here. You can see this option here, set take profit, set stop loss. So I'll press take profit, stop loss here to be take profit here rather to be 3,000. So that means if the market goes to $3,000, if Ethereum goes to $3,000, I'll make $14.5 profit. If it goes to, let's say this as 3,120, I'll make a loss of $1, right? So let's press confirm. So the trade now has been set. My take profit and stop loss has been set, and the trade is currently running. I am on a long on BTC, and I am on a short on Ethereum. So either the market goes against me, I'll hit stop loss and I'll leave the trade. If it goes for me, then I'll hit take profit, right? So now I can choose to close all the trades by pressing this close all option, right? So after doing that, I can do other trades, right? I can make other trades. So let me close this BTC. I can close, if I can choose to close half of my profits by pressing here, close by. I can choose 50%. That means I am closing 50% of my trade and I'm leaving the rest to run. So you might get signals that when a certain price reaches, I can close 50%, right? I can choose to close 50%. So I'll press 100 for now and I'll confirm. So I'm having issues now again, but then there's no issue with that. So you guys can drop your questions. I'm going to close all the trades now. Close all position and press OK. So now all the trades have been closed, and this is my balance. This is still my balance, right? So it is very easy, right? It is very easy. You literally can place a short and a long at the same time, as long as your margin is enough to carry both trades, right? But then I usually trade with cross because of the flexibility, and my trades, my liquidation gets lower because there are certain times where markets can just spike and take me out, right? So like I said, you can place a short on futures, you can place a long on futures, but you can only make profit from only longs from BTC, right? From sports, right? From sports, you can only make profit when you are on longs on spot. But for futures, as long as you know what to do, you'd be able to make profits off both directions, right? So it is very, very advisable that you guys master this well before venturing into it. It's a very risky game, and I'm not going to sugarcoat things for you guys. It is very risky, very, very risky, right? So if you don't manage your risk well, you are definitely like somebody like me now can actually choose to risk my entire portfolio on a particular trade, right? I closed my trade. I was on an Ethereum long, and I closed it because I wanted to teach you guys, and my trade had already hit take profit because my Ethereum long is at 3,100, right? So, it is very risky. And one thing I've learned so far is technical analysis. Technical analysis has really helped me to actually be able to know what to do at the right time in terms of this market. So, but that one is like a whole different course. I'm not even cap right now. It's a whole different course. But then this is just the interface of centralized exchanges, how to place a trade, and how to like set your take profit, set your stop loss. Right. So I think so you guys can now ready your questions and ready your questions. Yes, exactly. Ready your questions so that we can be able to answer them and be able to like explain further for and also your notes. Right. I need to see your notes. Thank you very much, guys, for the class, for being with us to this particular moment. Right, I do appreciate your time, and I want every one of us here to do a recap on the videos we've done this weekend, right? Because Monday might just come with lots of freebies for those who recap and have good questions to ask, right? Based on the revision they've done. So thank you very much, guys.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, Cyrus. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you also for the knowledge passed, So I've been seeing a lot of people in my DM asking different questions, and I think let me see. Let me just check a few. Uh, okay, some are asking that the gift they got, can they trade with it? Yes, you can. You can actually trade with it. Let me see. Is the class being recorded? Yeah, the class is being recorded. I know, yeah. So I think someone just said, can you make more emphasis on sell limits?
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
so for the sell limits, yeah,
So the
sell
remaining of
limits.
you, sorry, let me just say this. So the remaining of you know how we do it, because I don't you know how we do it. You go on Twitter, you use the hashtag, ask your questions, so that Cyrus can also have access to it directly, because there's a whole lot of this thing here, and I can't just start reading everything. So, and all of you asking, can you still register with the link and get your $20? That's what I told you. I was bringing something that will benefit you also. If you register that, even if it's next 2 months, as long as you're using that code, you definitely gonna get $20 gifts to start with. Also, for your first deposit, you get additional dollars and all of that. There's a whole lot of opportunities to it. So that was why I was trying to like make sure that you guys get something better at least. Yeah, so it's we watching out for you. Yeah, you can go on, Cyrus.
Okay, then thank you. So I for the $20 you got here, you can make the you can use the $20 for a spot trade, right? Let's say you want to buy. I explained how to use spots, right? So let's say you want to buy BTC with or Ethereum or any of the tokens here. You literally get like $20 discount. Want to buy with $50, you can use $30 to buy, and you get a $50 worth. But for the futures, I'm not sure you can use it for the future because I think futures is more because of its leverage, right? But for the sports, it's for majorly the sports. Yeah, it's majorly for the sports. So also, yeah, for the sell limits, for the sell limits, the sell limit is not difficult to understand. Like I explained, buy limit, it's also the same thing with sell limit. Just that you are expecting the market to sell and you are waiting for it at a higher price. You want to buy fuel for, you want to sell fuel, but then you don't want to sell fuel at the amount it is currently. You're expecting fuel to go higher before you sell it to a certain amount. So you are waiting for fuel to get 700. Why the price is currently at 650. So when the price reaches that 700, you sell. You've already set the order. You've already set the order, right? You've already set the order at a certain level, right? So when you get to that level, you sell it. It sells for you already. Rather, the market sells for you already. So it's very easy to understand. Yeah, it's very easy to understand. I'm going to drop or, but then you could actually do your own research yourself. But then I will try to drop a very, very easy video to explain the buy limit, sell limit, market execution, order, and the rest like that. Do you understand? So the sell limit is you selling a particular asset when it reaches a certain higher price and you want to make profit off the sales. But for spot trading, you will not make profit selling until you buy. You'd make profits after you've bought and you are selling. But for futures, even if you don't buy, you are going to make profits when it starts selling, when you set selling limit. You understand? So that will be all for now.
Okay. So let me see. Because I actually said I don't want us to like stay here beyond 10, so that at least I'll know that we are using one and we don't get to like stress you guys or make you guys stay longer. Let me go through the hashtag. Let me check if there are questions, and we would also go through the hashtag after the class. As usual, we'll give few people as we do every night. So whatever you've learned, your notes, I know you post it, you use the hashtag. You could tag me, tag Cyrus, but definitely even if you don't tag me, I'll be able to see it through the hashtag for sure. So we just pick winners and we start from there. Yeah, we start from there. It's been a wonderful week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and a whole lot has been passed to you guys. If I was you, I would go back, listen to the recordings, because all the classes have been recorded and they've been sent to the group, meaning you can access them as long as you're in the group. So if I was you, I would go back to it. I'll listen to it all over again. I would make sure I learn one or two from it. And since I already have the lessons on how to start trading, I would check it. The things it's been saying that it's been showing you a screen and all, you check it on your own app too. You check those things, you check those features. Okay, this was the buy he was talking about, this was the limit he was talking about, this is the stop loss, this is where you impute the stop loss, this is where you impute your take profit. You check all these things out. He also spoke about when they drop signals, they tell you, they give you the stop loss, they give you the take profit. They also give you the entry point most times. So if you have this info, I know, can you impute it yourself? Do you know how to navigate through the platform? I know he has taught you these things. Go back, open your phone as you are watching the video. Be opening your app, be checking it, be checking those features, be checking it. If I was you, this is what I was gonna do. So I just hope you are not just listening, letting it pass through 1 year and go through the other year. You know, this afternoon I still traded ETH USDT, and although it was even Cyrus that dropped that particular call for me. Yeah. So it was the one that dropped the particular call for me. That was this afternoon. He just texted me that he saw one call because I've not really been like looking at taking trades for a while now. So he just sent me a DM and he was like, let's take this. And I was like, oh, cool. Right, let's enter. And I entered. He texted me, said, I hope you're in profit. I was like, I'm in profit. As it should be. Not every day that we end up in profit like that. So that's why I told you it's not a get rich quick scheme. I'm not here to scope you guys and all of that. You know, the TP that he actually sent me was 3,100. That's for ETH and all. So, and I think we had stop loss of 2.9. Yeah, 2.9. So, and I entered it and no, and you know, everybody smiles. The days it goes wrong too, we re-strategize and go harder. So that's how it is. So I just hope you guys are like taking this seriously. You are going through the class, even if you're in the class, you know, those recordings, that's why we drop recordings in the group. Go through it again. Those your write-ups, go through it again. Make sure you are reading these things. You guys have tomorrow and Sunday to yourself. Use it to go through everything you've learned this week. That is the only way that I'll feel fulfilled, that I didn't waste my time trying to impact people. Yeah, that's the only way I'll feel, oh, okay, what we did, the people got the message, we were able to learn this thing, and you guys are now familiar with how these things work. And then we can now think of, okay, dropping signals for you guys and you guys being profitable at it. So I'm rooting for you all. Make sure you enjoy your weekend, and yeah, we go again next week. Be good. Cyrus, do you have any other thing to tell them before you leave?
Okay, so most guys are still emphasizing on the sell limits and the rest, right? Please just do well to watch the recording. Do well to watch the recording and try to understand. After we watch the recording, then you'll be able to like understand it well. You can also use other resources like YouTube. You can use certain PDF materials and the rest to be able to understand and make you guys grasp the knowledge. And somebody asked about TradingView. What is the use of TradingView? TradingView is the app we use for technical analysis. So I'll be discussing that in later classes about how to navigate through TradingView and the rest. But that is for those who like wants to like take technical analysis very serious. But then it's not for everybody. The signals you'll be getting is enough. But if you choose to want to learn technical analysis, then that's when you'll be using TradingView. But TradingView is very, very useful. I'll run a breakthrough class on um a breakdown class on TradingView next week. It will be scheduled for that. So it is needed as a trader, right? It is very needed as a trader so that you can be able to track prices of a certain coin or asset, right? So I think that'll be all. Please do well to watch the recordings. Do well to watch the recordings. And for those who are still navigating through, you cannot withdraw the bonus until you've traded with it and made profit. You cannot withdraw from the bonus until you've traded with it and make profits, right? So just try to place a trade with the bonus. Move it to your spot. When you move it to your spot, you'll be able to actually like access it. Do you get? So thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Cyrus. Thank you very much. So everybody who used the link or the code got a bonus. So you can use it on your spot, but you cannot withdraw it without using it to trade. So you just use it on your spot. Once you use it on your spot, then you can like send it out, anything that you want to use your money to do and all of that. That's on you. So just
Okay, sorry. I want to answer this quick question. So stop loss
okay.
here. If you use stop loss, you are going to make a loss. but then your loss will be minimal compared to if you don't use stop loss and the market goes against you by far. So stop loss, as the name implies, means you are stopping, you are minimizing your loss. You are minimizing your loss. You might market might want to give you minus $20. When you use stop loss of a certain amount, you might just get minus $5. So you are actually just reducing your loss just when the market wants to go against you way bad. The same thing will take profit. If you hit take profit, you are making more profit from the certain price market reaches, right? So that will be all. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cyrus. Thank you so much. So, yeah, like I said earlier, whatever you've learned all through this week, whatever you learned today, post it using the hashtag crypto with Shola. We'll check through it. You just need to know that you guys are following. And I think we have over 400 people on this space. If every one of you post about it, we'll go through it tonight. Would credit as many people as we can. We only credit the dedicated people. I check your write up, and I like the ones that like convince me enough. I'm like, oh, okay. I think this guy is like paying full attention and know we're saying, Joe, what you all could use to like get meals for yourself, and go take care of yourself. So it's just a way to encourage you guys to pay more attention and help yourself to do better. So just make sure you're good. Make sure you enjoy your weekend. We see you next week, Monday. Bless.